Hello everyone, this is Pete Swartz from Lancaster, Ohio, and I want to talk tonight about some of my story. So I have been targeted for 10 years, over 10 years here in America, in Ohio, but I have part of the story I want to tell. About 8 years, about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, I had enough, and they tortured me and just kept torturing me, radiating me, and everything. It was just too much. So what they did, like the guy in China, he said what was going to happen to me was worse than death, was by getting a charge with pedophilia, with pictures of little kids or having sex with little kids or something like that, which that turns my stomach. It's nothing but from the pits of hell. So these people get a big bonus, like $1 million, if they can get it done as well, because they're paying them anyway. So they literally made pictures up of me, and with kids, they can do anything. And one day I was using the bathroom, I was peeing in the toilet, and I heard them say, "Get in close, take the pictures, get in close, and just put whatever pictures you can while I'm using the bathroom." And he says, Gary says, doesn't matter what the pictures look like. He says, we can turn those into anything. On the right hand of God, those was his exact words. So, and they did. So when they told me that I was going to prison for 10 years, losing everything I had, and well, I had enough. And I had a bottle of muscle relaxers I pulled my muscles in my back. They've been in the cupboard for a while, and I just said, I'm done. So I dumped them in my hand. There was like 40, 50 of them. I just put them on my mouth and started chewing them up. I didn't even swallow them, I chewed them. I wanted to act quick and I wanted it over with. So, but thank God he got a different plans. But my wife did call the squad, and I live in Thornville, Ohio, and the Thornville Emergency Squad is called Thorn Township. And they came, and old Gary called them and told them what he wanted them to do. He paid them thousands of dollars. He said, once I get in the squad, to kick my face in and my shoulders in and keep beating on me until I get to the emergency squad. This is unconscious. So when they loaded me in the squad, these guys are Freemasons. All of them. There was 3 in the back and 1 in the front, driving. And the 3 kept taking turns hitting me and kicking me, and they did break my nose in 2 places. And I ended up being in the hospital for 6 days unconscious, I didn't even know I was in the hospital for that long. So when I woke up, I was in the squad going to the Avalon building in Columbus, which is a mental health facility. Well, for one thing, nobody can take you and put you in a mental health facility unless your family signs. So I didn't know that at first, but when I was there, I want to make this a 2-parter because there's so much information at the Avalon building. They kept me there 3 weeks. Let me tell you people something. That building has got more stuff in there to hurt people. And the floors, the ceilings, they can, like squares, and wherever you're at, they can radiate the floor in different areas. And I would feel it and I would move. And then I'd go to someplace else. Next thing I know, the floor was radiating against where I was, and I'd move, and I'd keep jumping back and forth. This place, and guess who owns that? The Freemasons own the Avalon building in Columbus. The place is designed to take out or kill or something. I mean, they radiated me, they microwaved me, they dumped, and they had flying orbs in there, which I've actually got a picture of one. You can't see them, they're cloaked, but your eyes can't see them, but a camera can. And they just dump gas on your head. It's an aerosol gas that make you go to sleep. And I was there 3 weeks. And old Gary, when I was there for 3 weeks, they literally told me, that they killed my wife. And I cried about 5 or 6 hours, and I thought she was really dead because I couldn't talk to anybody there. Then the next 2 days later, they called me up front for a visitor's pass. And I said, well, who's here to visit me? He said, it's your wife. So I went down for the visit and talked with my wife. And I was so happy. I literally thought she was dead. And it was just, they tortured me. Whatever I did, it was torture. The whole time it was torture, day and night, for 3 straight weeks. So, and then my office manager, her husband is a Freemason. So old Gary is not a Freemason, but he told the Freemasons in Newark and Freemasons in Lancaster that he was a Freemason. He learned the handshake lingo and all that stuff, so he could use them and pay them to do stuff for him. So my office manager here literally robbing my personal accounts, the business accounts, doing things against me because they were literally paying her, the woman I hired to run my office, to hurt me. I mean, to hurt the company because they wanted the buildings. It's absolutely, I mean, there's so much to this, it's crazy. But in those 3 weeks' time, there's people up there were suffering. I mean, the place needs to be burnt to the ground. Now the Freemasons own it. They need to do an investigation. There's all kinds of, in the walls, you can hear the tracks running the ceiling with the microwaves on it, and where they beam down on you, the floors, everything does stuff in that building where you're at. And one day I was in the bed in my room, and I heard a gas canister pop under my bed, and I just got up and ran out the door. And they do that too. They just pop, you can hear them pop off. They do it by Wi-Fi, and they gas you to put you to sleep, and they go introduce things to you. They do that to everybody in the Avalon building. So I have, because of my office manager, I should have been there 3 days. She was feeding my wife things to say to the people there at the Avalon building. When I had my visit, my wife would come, they would sit down there with us, and they would ask my wife questions. Well, Donna, my wife's Chinese, her English is okay, but she doesn't understand everything. Well, she took advantage of that, and she prepared my wife what to say if they asked this, kept telling her, yes, my husband needs help. And my wife would kept saying, yes, my husband needs help. And I couldn't understand why she was saying that. I found out later, Donna, my office manager, was prepping her the whole time because they were planning to, well, she's not here anymore because she was stealing. And a lot of stuff going on under the table. So this is a two-parter for the Avalon building because there's so much went on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one off now, and I'll start back up on the next one. I need to take a break anyway. Thank you.